So here's a look at what the face shell that I have looks like. And the same exact face shell, but one of the earlier prototypes is here on the right. Both of them I've messed with since the original build that was given to me. This one was the raw kit and I had to do a lot of processing. And here I just actually did a little enhancement to my own where I added a few more extra magnets, a few more holes. And I think you can tell, I also sanded away a little too much in my opinion, so I don't have like that pronounced chin. I've also added some nice strong magnets here for holding those little horns that I do with the punk pull. But this one was originally white, so I painted it black. The white resin actually shows a lot through the hood. And this one, you'll see here in a second. Oh, did I zip this up? No, okay. All right. So we can just like slip it down past the chin. You can see what this looks like. Alrighty. One-handed. Come on, we got this. There it goes. Alrighty. So this one's not been painted, so things are a little more obvious, right? So on the outside, I actually haven't done anything except for adding 4 magnets to each eyepiece and a lot more extra holes. So like 2 here. All of this was added just by taking a drill. Because it was a raw kit, I was like using a drill to, finish off the holes. They were like there, but they weren't actually like cleared out. And then because my face is bigger than the model that was used to make this, these spots right here, this was all dremeled out. And I just have this because I was using it to hold down a piece of the fabric because nothing's really perfect when you put this down. One thing I guess you can always add is like a piece of foam here and here to help hold the shape. That's what the face shell looks like. Again, by taking it off, hopefully kind of show you what it looks like when you put the hood on. You basically just slip it on from the top and try to arrange the eyepieces in the correct location. More chin means like a little more stretching. This is fine. I don't think maybe I sanded just a little bit here on the bottom. Otherwise, because there's the magnets, right, and the magnets on the eyepiece, you just slap it on, pop it off, and, if you make your other face shell, same, it works just the same. When you buy the rocket, right, so it's gonna come like this, you'll get the mesh as well, and some magnets, so you got all the tools to do it yourself. You just need the time to actually do it yourself. When it comes to different eye expressions, I honestly I don't really have much of use for this. I thought it was cool, so I wanted to check it out, and I'll eventually post some pictures to show what these look like. But it's the same process in terms of making it. You just, put this behind. You're gonna add the magnets. So when you add more magnets than it already has, you have to drill it in here. It's fine as long as you go slow. This is resin. It's really incredibly easy to work with. It's like really hard butter. You can cut it with a knife. You drill it in, no problemo. And because he cast this one in black resin, even though here it's like pretty brown. When I am done cutting and sanding, I am done. Here, when it was white, and if you use white resin, you're gonna have to paint it over. Like if you're gonna wear this underneath stretchable material, it's gonna show through. It's gonna show through like hard, and it's gonna look weird. If you use like really hard fabric, cloth or something, then it might not be so much of a problem. And again, just whatever the hood is, you just slip it on, see if it works. Maybe if it's like way too tight, it stresses it. It's not a great thing, but I think overall, almost any hood, especially if you tell them, like, if it's something you can get custom size, like just tell them your head's a little bigger than it really is, you'll be fine. I don't really know the dimensions of my forehead. What's a standard thing that I could tell you to give you oh, banana. I don't have a banana. Here's a roll of duct tape. That's the face shell. This fits on my head. It fits, actually, there's a little bit of wiggle room, so it's very roomy. I know they make them bigger, like Illustra Studios is a pretty big head, and like if you do have a big head, that's what you want. If you have a small head, you could get this and not even have to like edit it too much, but these are the types of things that you have to consider because You don't want it to be too big because then you're wobbling and you got an unnecessarily large head. You don't want it to be too small because you can't wear it and that's going to cause you pain. I do, however, think that you don't only want 3 magnets. You want, like, as much as I got here, 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 is plenty, but it's necessary because when you put this on, especially over fabric, oh, great. You want it to not fall off as you're, like, you know, moving around, jumping off, and that's why more magnets is better. I get mine as CMS Magnetics. Again, when you buy this kit, which $100, 120 I guess with shipping, that's pretty sure that's the price. This plus 2 eyepieces that you make yourself, like, that is a heck of a deal. He gives you the magnets, like you got the whole kit. You're ready to go. Just like this, what he sent me when I sat down and took the time to, like, you know, put the mesh in, put the magnets here, put the magnets there, clean it all off, like drill it, cut off the edges. It was less than an hour. It really was, and it was really fast and easy, and it's because the resin is really hard to work with. You know, I've rambled on for long enough. Now you got a sense of what this looks like. He's got a nice little tail in the back. This is, again, PPPpropshop on Etsy. That guy's got a username on Instagram, which is a great place to connect with him, called pool_PPP_pool. It has a pretty nice pronounced nose and chin, and I think when you look at some of them, so I've actually made this a little smaller here, and again, if I hadn't drilled off too much here, I think this one will be perfect and does all my things. It's a little heavier because there's, like, those magnets in here are pretty big. When you have the hood over this and the eyepieces on the outside, if you don't have this nose, like, again, it's very much exaggerated compared to your real nose. So when it's not here, it's very small. When this is not here, the eyes just look derpy. Is like the word, like it looks like something is different than what you're expecting, especially because of what you're expecting is based on the movie. And I love this nose being here the way it's been designed. Fuck, I mean, you know, this is resin that you could use, you know, 3D printed plastic, which should be just as light and sturdy, potentially more shatterable, I don't know what the word is, or more rigid, I don't know. You can make it out of foam. I feel like to have rigidity, you're gonna have a lot of thickness and Warbler. I mean, it's expensive, but that stuff is magic. And if you really wanted to, the only other thing is you could add a little bit of this stretchable material. Just put one here, put one here, and then you can, like, have this by itself if you wanted to. The hood does a really good job of holding it on. It's like once you have that placed on here, you just slip it on and zip up in the back, and you're good to go. You just unzip, pull it off. It's so easy. This is, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right. All right, let's see. For science, put the kilograms because people know what grams are like. And find that nice center of gravity so it's all resting. All right, 273 grams. That's how much that weighs. So, what? 5 of these duct tapes right here. All right, here we go. What was it, 273 grams, right? Here's an onion. It weighs less than this onion. Okay, the one with the magnets, oh God. Oh, that might over-emphasize, well, we'll see. It was, there we go. Because, like, the magnet is actually gonna be pulling towards the bottom, so that actually increases weight. 326, wait, for real? 326, what was this one? 272, wow. Those big old magnets don't add that much. I thought it was much heavier. Like, that one just feels much heavier than this one. Okay, so, Less than 300 grams, less than that onion. Now you got an idea of what to expect. I've shown you all. Cheers.